With the new Next Fest comes new demo. Thank you Steam for organizing this, because I do love to see new games and retest them for free with those demos. Today we have Rise of Industry 2. Rise of Industry 1, released in 2019, and now they're building a new one, a sequel. But at the core, what are we talking about? We're talking about a mix between SimCity, Transport Fever 2, those type of games, right? You want to build big industries, manage logistics, sell to make money. In this free demo that you can find on Steam, I'll put the link in the video description below, you can play the tutorial, I've played it already, and then you have a first part or one mission of the campaign. I don't know if we'll get multiple campaign or just one, but at least there is a campaign if you like this, and we can see that there will also be a sandbox mode. But yes, let's go into the campaign, even I've already done the demo, and we can discover that one together. Now you can see a lot already, like random seed. You can change your name, of course, your logo, including your color. You can change, who you are. So for example, I want to be a female, different skin tone, your name, etc. You can decide it all. Okay, we are Laura here. Let's go. I think, the campaign is probably going to be something like that takes you across the world. But with this one, Laura has a small team of executives. She has just a bit of money, not a lot. And we're going to, start the campaign in Cleveland, Ohio. Develop Cleveland into a regional powerhouse of industrial material. Oh, and actually, sorry, here we can see all of the missions, I guess, that will be in this campaign. This seems to be the US campaign. Maybe we can get also campaign across the other region of the world. So for the mission, we can select which executive we want to take into our city. And as you can see, this is the VP of operations. So he's going to upgrade, decrease the cost of some upgrade, give us some factory production increase. Is basically great, right? It doesn't seem to be any negative to it. So let's take him. Right now we only have one, but you can see we'll be able to select 3 in the future. We're gonna start this map with 50,000, and if we want, we can also give some of our reserves. Same for research. We're gonna do that because anyway, there's only one mission in this campaign, in this demo.
It was not a bribe. I accidentally dropped the envelope of cash while visiting the precinct. You know, kid, the moment I saw you, I said to myself, this kid's got something. A little rough around the edges, sure. A lack of style, maybe. Bad haircut. But the kid's got something. And then I said to myself, you know what this kid's got? Raw materials, baby. The kind of raw materials you find in Cleveland, Ohio, home of the Cleveland Browns, birthplace of rock and roll, and your first stop on the way to the top. This city is sitting on a metaphorical goldmine of natural resources, all of it waiting for someone to come along and extract those raw materials so they can be transformed into something truly spectacular, just like I'm going to do with you. So I want you to get out there and show this nation that the heart of industry is still beating in Cleveland, Ohio. And for God's sakes, would you please do something about that hair? You're making us look bad.
Okay, it's true, my hair is terrible right now. As you can see, we're in Cleveland, Ohio. It is also 1980, right? So it's not today, it's a bit like in the past. So you're gonna see we're gonna create some things that don't really make sense anymore, like this cassette we just saw. This guy was already there in tutorials. So I like this. I think, this is pretty cool. It shows a bit the theme of the game and shows that they're trying to do something a bit different. Now we can see our headquarters over here. We can see Cleveland there. I don't know if there's any, there's an airport, and the map is pretty big. Okay, so Cleveland was an industrial superpower. While it may seem that those glory days have faded, all of the key factors that made Cleveland a powerhouse remain unchanged. The area still has excellent access to raw materials and retains significant technical know-how. Shows the world that Ohio's industrial prowess is as much in the future as it was in the past. Okay, so what is the goal? The goal is to get a moderate production of carbon steel going. 450 carbon steel over 30 days, right? Then there is another goal, produce 8 tons of ore per day, 15 tons of coal, okay. Start to sell and build a robust monthly revenue stream. Okay, so we need to make sure we are in positive, that makes sense. They're going to give us a bit of money. Oh, there is two different investors. This wasn't in the, this wasn't in the demo. So this one wants to give us 300,000 and he wants basically a lot of carbon steel. This one is also giving us 300,000 and he wants glass. Can we do both? They told us to be really industrial, so steel feels better. Let's accept this one. Oh, and can we? No, we cannot accept that one. So yeah, we're gonna accept the first one, but I guess that means you can replay it and play the other one. You can see the art style. It is not the most realistic, but I find it works well, pretty good. You have quite a lot of details. Now, as we said, this is our headquarters, so we're probably gonna want to build pretty close to the headquarters, but we also do need to see, where are the actual resources? Like, where are the resource deposits? So let's click on it. We have iron ore here, water, sand. And in the tutorial, they give us, a list of mission. Here I can see that there is this to help us get started. Ready to get going in Cleveland. There's some funding from the state of Ohio available here to help new industry get off the ground. If you want, I can give you some guidance and release those funds as we go. Or I can give you the lump sum now. That's pretty much the last you'll hear from now on. So we can decide, if we want basically to be guided or not. Right? I'll take any help you can offer. So this is kind of the tutorial to tell you what, Frank, I think I've got the details down, but could use some broad stroke, right? So it'll give you high level guidance, and then Frank, I think I've got this, so no guidance at all. Let's select this one so that you can also see the type of guidance they will give you, but I'll try to obviously explain along the way. So here it is. We have the production manual. We're gonna want to make carbon steel, indeed. So let me show you this in a second. So you'll find the production material over here, manual, over here at the top, next to the overlays, where you can find the technologies, the resources, the building, the complex, everything that's available. So in this case, over here, we need steel, right? We want to make actually carbon steel. So you can search for it, right? Click on it, and then you'll be able to see, okay, in this one, we cannot buy it, we can sell it. We're gonna be able to store it, in this type of things. This is how you transport it. And the most important thing is here, you see how to make it. There is only one way to make it. Some resources, there may be many ways, but this one is the only one. So we're going to make it in a carbon steel blast furnace, and this is gonna take coal and iron ore. We can also click on the furnace to see a bit more details. In particular, we can see the research that is needed, modern steel processing. So that one, we have already researched it, so that's great. Otherwise, you would have to research it. Okay, so I think we can get started. We know we're gonna need some coal, and we know we're gonna need some iron ore. So they tell us, start with iron ore over here. So this game, one thing that makes it super different from others is instead of creating just one building, you're going to create complexes. You have, for example, a mining complex, or you have a metallurgy complex. In this case, we want a mining complex, right? And we wanted to put it where there is ore. So let's make sure we check where the ore is. So the ore is here, right? So we're going to want our mining complex basically over there. We can maybe do something like this. Okay, this way I leave some space for the water there. Okay. So in any complex, you're gonna have sort of the central office. This is the entrance to a complex. So we're gonna put it in a corner and put it close to your highway, to your main road. Then let's make sure that we connect actually the highway to our mining complex. So it is. There are buildings slowly but surely. Now you can, by the way, increase speed. Now I press 3, so increase speed, 1, 2, and pause with space. Okay, so then we can see over here, by the way, we have also the energy, we have electricity, and we have water. This is going to be critical. I think the way we're going to do it is to actually put it in the back there. So we're going to go over here. We're going to want a power line, and we're going to want a water pipe connector, rotating with R so that the output is on the outside, and this is a road. So there's going to be an internal road inside our complex. So this is this one here, access road it's called. This is what you put inside your complex. I'm going to actually put it over here. You'll see in a second why I want to keep some space there. Now we do need to make sure we connect the actual electricity. So let's go. I'm going to put it all the way in the back. Okay, and we're going to do the same with water. The water is over here. Can I? Oh, I cannot cross the road. I can. Here it is, with the bridge of my pump. So we're gonna do the same over here. And we go all the way. I follow, the electricity. And no, that was very bad. So I'm gonna delete that. Right, this was obviously not needed. And rebuild it quickly. So this one here, and the water continues, and it goes here. Okay, so now we have water and electricity connected to our mining complex, right? Actually, it's not connected yet because they are still building it, but it should come in a second. Then what we're gonna want to do, going back into the working building menu over here, we're gonna want to build an iron ore mine shaft, right? So we can get some iron ore. Now I see a lot of iron ore there, and let's see, I can probably build a couple. I think we're gonna put one here. Can I put another one there? Yeah, I can. You know, you need to be basically having some of, oh, that's the wrong side, sorry, my bad. You need to make sure you have some of the resources overlap with that building. So yeah, that's fine. Good. So we can start with 2, but in the future we can put even more there. A new trade has been announced. I don't really need that for now. Let's build a quick road to connect, you know, all of this. Okay. So they're gonna build those mining shafts, and there's a road. Now we're gonna need to store those resources somewhere. So let's go into storage, and you can see this mineral storage yard. That sounds good. Oh, it is a pretty big building. That's okay. Let's put it over here. Actually, maybe I'll put it there. Because anyway, there is no ore there. There's only ore there. So that's fine. We can put it next to it. With this building built, we have access also to the mineral loading facility. Right? So we're gonna build this, and this is the one, you know, that should also basically be built probably towards the street there. You can put it here. That sounds good, because the entrance of my factory is here. In the meantime, we also got some new message. There's a message from the mayor of Cleveland. She said we've expanded quite nicely and propose our municipal government as a potential partner. Okay, so we can choose between a couple of things. Like, can we get money? Can we get happiness? I feel like we can just get money. But yeah, we've successfully basically started a production of ore, right? And we're ready to send it out. So now that we have this, right, what are we going to do with this ore? Before too much ore piles up, we should put it to use. Remember the production manual? It tells us we need iron ore, and what else? Coal. You got it. So we can't mine coal here, so we need to buy it. Okay, that's not hard. So we're going to go over here into contracts, negotiate a new contract. Okay, and we're gonna select, you know, what we want, which is coal, and we're gonna say we want to buy it. There is a buyer. Great. How much do we want? 50 tons every 10 days, so that's 5 tons per day, 6 tons per day, 10 tons per day. I didn't really look at the production, but it's fine. Let's start with 50 for now. We don't want to get out of business. They're going to do the negotiation, and when the negotiation is done, right, they're going to tell us. Here it is. So he has done the negotiation, and now we can get started. Let's sign the contract. They're going to deliver the resources to their headquarters, though, not to us. Right? Okay, fine, all of this. This is tutorial. But yeah, they're going to deliver, you know, to the headquarters. So what do we do next? Well, they're going to guide us, right? They're going to say we need a metallurgy complex to do that production. It makes sense, indeed. It makes sense. So remember over here, we had the complex, we had mining, but we also had metallurgy. So let's see. Now remember there was resources here. And we have not a lot of space. But there was some resources there, so I don't want to take it on. So I'm thinking we're just gonna put it here in the back. And I'm gonna do this one here. Okay, with the road going there. Perfect. Okay, and we can also connect, as just before, electricity. Oops, sorry, there is things that this, oh, that was too close, sorry. So here, and same for the water. Okay, so now that we have the basics, we can start with either the actual production or the storage. Actually, I think we're gonna start with the storage, because we're basically gonna say we need the minerals to arrive on site, right? So we're gonna need to store them. Let's see, I'm gonna store them over here. And then that means we can get them. So let's go, let's put it over here. We need to connect all of this, right? So connect the depot to the road, connect this here and here. Okay, so we have the minerals, and we also know, by the way, that at the end, we're gonna need to actually store what we make, right, into an industrial depot, and then we'll be able to basically send this, you know, on the map with this loading dock. So I'm preparing that right away. And then last but not least, while this is all building, we can go back into our actual complex facility, and we have the carbon steel blast furnace taking coal and iron ore to make our carbon steel. We're going to be also able to see, you know, the actual production ratios and things like this in a second. Let's build it all. Okay, so here it is. It has been built, but there is this warning. It's not working, right? It's not working because there's no coal and no iron. And by the way, again, you can see the ratios here. We're talking about 4 iron ore, 2 tons of coal to make 4 coils of carbon steel. I think our mission, by the way, was to make 8. So our mission is basically to have 2 of these. So let's do that right away. Okay, so we're gonna have 8 of these, which means we need 8 ore and 4 coal. So 8 ore. Look at one of these mines, we're making exactly 8. But right now it's staying there, right? It's in the depot here. You can see the depot is full of stuff. So we're gonna go into the delivery, add delivery, choose what we want. So in this case, iron ore, right? It starts over here and it goes over there. Perfect. We can decide then how much we want. So we said 8 per day, right? Confirm, done. Then we need to also deliver coal from our depot here, headquarters, to the metallurgy. And in this case, we said just 4 will be enough. Because the contract we got was 50 tons every 10 days. So that's 5 tons per day, right? So 4 per day is fine. We're good there. We're good there. We actually just got one. There is a problem here. Okay, what is the problem? There is not enough electricity. Complex is using the connector full capacity. Okay, we're using too much electricity and too much water. So that's a problem for sure. We'll have to manage this. I mean, what I can do now is pause this one, but that means, you know, we're not going to use, we're not going to produce everything we need to produce because we need to produce 8. Okay. Oh no, wait, it is 8 per delivery. So maybe 4 per day is fine. But we do have this mission now of producing coal. So where is the coal? We can check it out. They gave us access to coal over here. Okay, that's good. So we do the same, right? We create a complex. It's a mining one. We have access to coal here. Good. We're going to want an entrance, you know, on this side here, basically. We're going to want to connect it all. So let me connect it all and I'll see you in a sec. So there's a depot over here. We can send the resources. We have electricity and water, but we cannot build the mine shaft. Why? Because we haven't researched it yet. So go back into your production manual, right? Technology, search for coal, and coal mine construction is here. You can see it costs 400 of research point. We have 550. Perfect. So let's acquire it. Done. And with this, we should be able to build it. There it is. Coal shaft. We see some coal over here. We can try to maximize, by the way, the production by using as little as possible of the space. That way I can at least fit 1 or 2 more in the future. And they wanted to produce 5 per day, by the way. So let's check that out. Now, by the way, I also see we have a problem. We have 300 people. We have only 296 space. That's not good. That's not good. So we're gonna need to do this. We have, I think, finished this one. We're producing 15 per day. Perfect. Remember, we only need, what, 4? So not a problem. Not a problem. So what we can do now is go into our contract, right? Look at this contract over here and renegotiate it, right? So what we can do is abandon it, right? So this way we stop the contract, we stop paying for some money, and instead we can just also, by the way, take this one out. We can just take our coal from our own building here and send it to the metallurgy. Here it is. And we said again, we only need 4 per day right now, so that's fine. What I could do is potentially sell the rest, right? We'll see that at the later point. Okay. Then, yeah, the mission now is we have a new mission. Choose a bonus for to help achieve your goal. Do you want some cash? I'm very low on cash. Or do you want some extra research? I think we're very low on cash, so let's take the cash. We have finished that one, so all good. But yeah, we have a problem. We don't have enough space, or don't have enough people over here. So we've started to make some steel. So even if we're not making maybe enough, let's sell what we can sell, right? So we're gonna go into contract, and we're gonna say, actually, we want to sell now the carbon steel, right? We want to sell a lot, I mean, if possible. We have a lot of people here, and they all have the same. This one, 24 every 6 days, that's 4 per day. This is what I'm doing, right? Not wrong one. Yeah. I am doing 4 per day because I'm getting 4, I'm getting 2. So yes, let's do that one. 2 carbon. So take 24 every 6 days to make some money. Let's do this. Let's do this. Now we will need, though, to do one more delivery, which is to take our carbon steel, take it from here, deliver it to our headquarters, because this is where they will take it. Okay, so let's see. He has, yeah, he has agreed. So we're going to start selling and hopefully make some good money. There is another thing we can do here. Agree to increase the production. Okay, sure thing. So we have a new mission, which is to sell 32. Okay, and to produce 12. Now, to be able to produce 12, we need to have this one on, which means we're going to need more electricity and more water, I think. As I said before, by the way, we don't have enough houses. So let's talk to the mayor. She can say we can have some houses for 15,000. We can upgrade smaller houses to large houses. We can have luxury houses. Okay, and here this is, yeah, this is good. 150 more houses. So let's inquire on this. I'm going to pay the cost basically and help the city grow. So that way, I think now we have, yeah, 450 space and only 333 people. So that's great. That's great. Okay, anything else now? I think we've just sold. Look over here. Look at this. We just sold a lot of stuff. That is great. That is great. Okay, what should we do next? We should go back to our city and start growing it. All right. So we don't have enough, I think, electricity. This complex is using the connector full capacity. So how are we going to change that? Well, first of all, by the way, I could have created another complex, but that wouldn't be very efficient. So instead, what we're going to do is add another small transformer. We could also add a big one. Unfortunately, we need to research it, and we don't have a lot of research points right now. So let's just add another one, and we need to connect it here too. Otherwise, it's not going to be built. Here it is. Now they're building it. Perfect. So now this should work even better. Let's see. So this is working for, yeah, this is working perfect. Now we have a problem here, which is the storage is full, but it's full of input materials, right? Iron ore and coal. So that's fine by me. The important thing is that this one is not full. And now we are making 8 per day, right? Oh, we need to make 12. Sorry, my bad. My bad. So let's continue. Oh, we have I saw a problem somewhere. But yes, let's continue building one more furnace. I guess we're gonna build it this side here. So we have a third one, but now the problem is with water. So let's do the same thing. We're going to add another water pipe connector. And in this case, I guess it's gonna be on the other side. So it is, ladies and gentlemen, it's a bit of rework, a bit of expansion. Let's say now we have, for example, 2 mineral loading facilities at the iron mine, because, you know, one was not enough to be able to send 12 per day to the metallurgy. You could only send 10 per day with one, basically, you know, depot or one loading facility. So I have to, similarly on this side, we have now 3 water, 2 electricity, and we also have 2 mineral loading facilities, you know, to unload, because again, this was not enough to unload, you know, the 12 iron ore and the 6 coal that we need in total to have those 3 here working, so that I can make 12 per day. All right, with those 12 per day, we've started to sell it, of course. Actually, I think I'm only, yeah, let's send 12 now per day to the headquarters. And we've also spent a couple of days, you know, selling to 2 different guys, to this one and that one. And if you spend enough days, you know, selling to the same person, they will start taking bigger sell. You can say, for example, I think I spent 7 days basically, or 7 times, and then unlock those 2. And if I do it again for 7 times, I think I will get, you know, a bigger one, etc. But then, yeah, with this, basically now we can sell 32 in 6 days. So let's do this, proceed. We'll see if he agrees. A couple of other missions as always. So getting some research point, that's great. That's going to be needed in the future. Recurring payments for some some interns. Okay, sure, okay, it's fine. I have some money. So we finished this mission, and we should be making also more money. Like if we sell, you know, 32 per 6 days, that should really start getting us more bigger money deposit into our account. We, if we look over here, we still only have 1 goal done, but I'm thinking with this 32, maybe we can get the revenue under control. And we can also see this one will be done soon, I think, right? Because it's just based on time. I'm sure they're also going to give us a new mission soon. Otherwise, I guess, you know, it's going to be about increasing everything. I can also see we're using a lot of water. We're using 100% of the water that is available right now on this map, or not the map per se, but the system. We've done 2 goals for our first investor, right? We have delivered now also 1,000 or sold 1,000 coils of carbon steel. We're not there yet in terms of the revenue over 30 days or over the production. I'm not too sure. I guess now I would need to produce more water if I want to get there. But the other thing is, at that point, we have unlocked the second investor too, where we can now make glass. Again, that's gonna require water. I think it's a good end, for this first look at this demo. I think this game has a lot of potential. It's also a bit rough around the edges right now, but it's a demo, so I hope they can continue to improve it. In terms of what's rough around the edges, I do think, many things do take a lot of clicks, like when you want to transport resources or sell resources, why do I have to wait 1 day when I create a new contract, right? Then assign, then, select, then wait 1 day to hear back, right? Like there's quite a few clicks there taken. Similarly, in terms of the UI, I mean, I'd love to be able to see key resources. I should be able to choose, for example, my whole goal over here is to make steel. I should be able to put steel at the top and see my storage of steel. Is it going up or down? So a couple of those things, I think they should improve. But there's also a lot there already. And especially, if you look at the production, at the production manual, look at all of these goods. There's tons of goods. So I think this is going to enable us to make some really cool, maps and factories, really complex elements. I'm sure we're gonna then play also with the harbor and with the regional airport. So yeah, I'm keen to see where this goes from there. Don't hesitate also to tell me in the comments below your thoughts about the game, and I hope to see you next time.